is DGP of Goa, which is one of the most surprising things coming from an IPS officer, who remarked in favor of the three projects, also took an anti-protester stance and saying that, it's about building up the nation and people, I don't understand why people are opposing the three projects, which are actually for the benefit of the nation. What do you think or say about a DGP, an IPS officer of that rank, coming out and speaking like this? Once you share your views, I'll pitch in.
Okay, first of all, in the Chandor protest and in other protests, the Goa police, the officers who are on the streets, they privately speaking, they kind of supported the movement, and they understand why people are protesting. And our uninformed sources have told us that unofficial sources have told us that the higher ups, including the DGP, is under a lot of pressure to put a stop to this, and which is why cases have been. The leaders of these movements are being harassed with cases, and the DGP. Some people come from outside who can't who can't control their mouth and their tongue, so he just spoke his mind off, and his obviously he is a part of the ruling dispensation in terms of the ideology. I'm not just saying he's working for the government, but he shares the same ideology where he does not want people to protest against government policies, and whatever the government does is it's God's work. So that's his ideology, and he wants to push it on people. But there is under that statement, there is a threat given to the protesters that protests against government projects is going to have consequences. And obviously, he is threatening people. And this is shared, like say, Mohan Godino. There's a video circulating of him where he's threatening youth that if police complaints are filed against the youth, the 10,000 jobs that they are promising Goans, these youth will not be able to apply for those jobs. So police is now being used as a tool to silence the youth and silence, because the youth are coming in this movement. The reason why government is scared right now is this is just not the movement of the activists, of the older generation activists who have been pushing movements like the regional plan and the Mopa Airport. This is a whole new breed of people coming out, especially youngsters, college students, and supporting the movement. And that is something they are very scared of, because moment youth come in, it can turn the tide of any election. So that's another reason why they are preponing the election, because they don't want the movement to grow, which will impact the ZP elections, because that is the statewide elections, whereas municipal elections are just a few 5 pockets here and there, but 5-6 pockets. But ZP is a statewide election, and if the youth movement spreads, it is going to affect the electoral prospects. So that's my view of it. DGP is acting like a thug on behalf of the government, the government as well as the corporates who want these projects executed.
Absolutely. And I find it very surprising, actually, Avinash, that as you were mentioning, that Mohan Godino has come out and made that statement that those who are found protesting will not be able to apply for jobs and all of that. I mean, if you look at it chronologically, first you dangle a carrot in front of the people that we are going to give you 10,000 jobs. God knows from where those jobs are going to suddenly apparate. Nobody's talking about that. Secondly, if it were to happen that 10,000 jobs would be created, how are they going to be created in such a short time? So they first dangle the carrot, and then they say that we're going to take that away from you just because you're opposing us on very, very destructive projects. And DJP coming in on this and chiming in with his opinion is actually against service rules of the IPS and the IAS, where they cannot actually come out and even show what their opinions are. They're just supposed to carry out their duties as mentioned in their service rules, because they are appointed by the President of India to carry out the work of the union government. They are not supposed to have an opinion. They're supposed to be apolitical. So it's not justified by any means. Uh, a DGP coming out and making such a statement. And I hope somebody talks some sense to into him, and also misusing his position as the DGP and arresting activists, arresting people who were there at Chandor, so many protests that have taken place in Goa. Arm twisting people, holding them to ransom, and then ministers like Movin Godino chiming in and doing what they are doing. This is completely anti-people. This
Absolutely.
should be not tolerated at any cost by the people, and I hope going forward, people will answer with their votes in the upcoming election in 2022. What do you say, Avinash?
Absolutely. I mean, just to speak about the 10,000 jobs, if you just take the average 10, you consider 10,000 jobs and you consider the average salary as 20,000, you need 20 crores at least to as salaries uh, per month for that. So that would be 240 crores per year. The government has to
Yes.
take loan of 100 to 200 crores every month, and they are not paying senior citizens welfare schemes. They are not paying the housewife schemes for so many months. And from where are they going to get this unbudgeted, unplanned expenditure? So this is absolutely absurd. These are promises done just because of the elections, and I think the youth have become smart enough not to fall for it. If you see I mean, everybody knows right now that even the recruitment is rigged. There are nurses from only one particular constituency being selected, and there are. If you look at the recent GPSC results, it's like the marks have been manipulated. The computer, the online test marks have been manipulated, and new results are put up just to allow some people to get higher marks and therefore get selected. So such manipulation is going on, and people, I think most of the youth have lost hope in getting government jobs. So 10,000 jobs is just a lie. Everybody knows that. As far as
Absolutely.
yeah, you were saying?
No, I would like to add to that, what you're mentioning about the amount of money that they will require per year to just finance the 10,000 jobs that they're talking about. Goa government itself is already in a lot of debt, and they are mounting that debt month by month, and they are borrowing month by month, which they're not ready to talk about openly. They are struggling to pay the salaries of all gazetted officers. So I really wonder, how do they even have the guts to come out and make such promises in the open and in the public when they don't have the substance to back it up.
So the reason for that is simple. They know that people right now are disorganized in terms of groups, and there is no one to challenge their claims. So one of the objective from citizen side also is that they should all come together and question all these lies that are being spread. Uh, what we need to do ahead in fact in the ZP elections and the municipal elections is to send a very strong message that these kind of lies will not go on. And in terms of creating job opportunities, in terms of proposing development works in the villages and in the district, the ZP election is very, very important. So people should not vote for parties and for candidates who are against grassroots development, the Panchayat Raj and the Gram Sabhas. So that's a whole episode that we can do on. But in
Absolutely.
short, it's basically that they want to use all these carrots to sway the ZP election. But ZP elections are crucial, especially the fact that we are facing such so-called development works which are against the real development of individual villages and in the district.